Hello, I'm Christian, the producer, and it's a very great day on Sports Talk because we have a new monthly champion. Our first monthly champion, Dustin, who won 5 games. Yeah, 5 games. Lola had 4 games, and Mike...
Last place.
3.
Last place. I think he's finally where he's supposed to be.
I agree.
I'm your monthly champion. I'm your champ! Dustin Pastula, I'm your champ. Yeah, I think it's about time that someone else holds the title, and I can't wait to win the other months so I can finally take away Mike's title and become the ultimate Sports Talk champion. It's going to be me this year, not Mike. Negotiations over.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Sports Talk.
God,
I'm sure you saw the news, week number 5.
Say it. Say what you always say every week.
I'm your host, Mike Yellak.
No, the other thing.
What?
I'm your champ, your monthly champ, Dustin Pastula.
But I'm still your Sports Talk champion.
That's fine. Champ versus champ. That's what everybody loves to see. Put it down. Put it down. Alright. Let's get cracking. Right into business. Here's something that's been bothering me. I want to bring this up first. It's not a huge topic, but it happened in overtime, and how are the Cardinals still undefeated? It's bothering me, and I need.
It's bothering you.
Yeah, I need.
They didn't beat your team.
That's true. Well, they don't play my team, but
they do actually this year.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, imagine that. They'll probably beat them. But yeah. So,
right. Here's the
what's
deal.
your take on this?
My take is this. Look, Cardinals. I feel like they're just... Like, you know when you see, like, a couple hot girls and you're like, okay, you know what? They're very beautiful. They're gorgeous. Yeah. And then you see a girl and from far away and it's like, she is so... Oh, my God, she really out-trumps them. And then when she comes closer, you're like, actually, no, never mind. I'll go back. That's what the Cardinals are. They look good from far away. They look good right now. But come October... They're going to be tricking and they're going to be treating. And it's a trick. You'll see them without the makeup off, and you'll be like, wow, that's an ugly team.
So they're going to have makeup on?
They have makeup on right now.
Oh, so you mean without the makeup on?
They may have some plastic surgery right now. They may have everything.
Gotcha.
They are going to be ugly.
On steroids.
Don't. Don't bring that up.
All right.
They're going to be ugly. This is not going to be... Trust me. They will be...
Speaking of ugly...
Yes.
No offense to cut you off there, but speaking of ugly...
Go ahead.
How about last night? 5 interceptions. Tony Romo actually gets taken
I like how you segued into that.
Thanks. Tony Romo actually gets taken out of the game. I mean, I know it was towards the end. They weren't going to win anyway, so they wanted to save him, put in Kyle Orton. But, I mean...
I don't know why you're saving him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Kyle Orton looked like he had a better game than Tony Romo.
Yeah,
and is that the question?
Like
is Kyle Romo... Is Kyle Romo better than Tony Orton? Is Kyle Orton better than Tony Romo? I don't know about that.
There wasn't enough time for you to actually make that comparison.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. Honestly, a couple more performances like that, and I'd be going for Kyle Orton. You know what? Let me tell you something. Coming from like a coach's point of view, I would sooner take out Romo and put in Orton than take out Vic and put in Foles.
I agree.
Imagine that. You agree.
Listen. I know. I know, right?
Oh, man.
And here's the deal. I think Tony Romo, I've been saying this for years, by the way. He's just not a good quarterback. He's never clutch. Never. McNabb at least was sometimes clutch.
As a matter of fact, I feel like he throws more games towards the end than he does save them.
Yeah. Honestly. You look at last night, Tony Romo had 5 interceptions. That's his career high from when he was in Buffalo on Monday night. Monday nights are just not good with Tony Romo, I guess. But Monday Night Football in 07 against the Bills, and it has you thinking now, if you're a Cowboys fan, should we draft a quarterback next year? Yes.
Definitely.
Seriously, you should.
Definitely draft
because Tony Romo is not the answer, and I think Jerry Jones is starting to see it now.
Here's the thing. Also, Kyle Orton as a backup, I mean... He's not going to get you any Super Bowls anytime soon either.
No.
So you really got to find, Tony's getting up there too. You really got to find a young blood, someone who's coming up in the ranks, someone who knows how to win games. And because right now I don't think they have a quarterback that's like that.
No.
So, I mean, they're just not flowing with him right now. I don't think there's any chemistry there. And
who would you rather have right now, Kyle Orton or Tony Romo? If you're a Cowboys fan,
if I'm a Cowboys fan, honestly, I'm going. And this is because this is the way I think.
well, if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be
right. But this is the way I think.
Go ahead.
This is the way I think, and this is the way I am. If I was a Cowboys fan, just like if I was an Eagles fan, I wouldn't be taking Tony out just yet. He is playing poorly, but like I said, I mean, not as much as Vic has over Foles, but he definitely has experience over Kyle Orton. He honestly, if you're going on statistics, going on past, he is a better quarterback than Kyle Orton overall.
Yeah.
So I give Tony Romo a couple.
Kyle
more
Orton's
games.
won a playoff game though. Tony Romo has not. That's
true.
I mean,
that's very true.
Tony Romo fumbled the snap.
But here's the thing: I would give Tony Romo a couple more games.
Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2. If he keeps performing like he did Monday night, I would yank him.
Here's my other question. My better question, actually. Hey, you down with RG3? Oh, you know me. Now, RG3.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? I mean, through week 5 or week 4 now, we're going to be in week 5. What do you think about what's RG3 proven, if anything, right now to the league?
I think the most that we can get from RG3 right now, I'm not going to be like John Madden and say he's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But what I can say, from what I've seen in the previous weeks, is that RG3 has proven, at least to me, he has proven that he is consistent. He puts up consistent numbers.
Yeah.
His passing rating is consistent. His completion percentage is consistent. The amount of yards he throws per game is consistent. He runs a fair deal. He throws a fair deal. He seems to have good accuracy. He doesn't seem to be too nervous in the pocket. I think he's a well-rounded quarterback. And I think only time in the NFL will prove to us if he actually turns out to be great.
I absolutely agree. I think RG3 is he the next coming of Michael Vick? I think it's too early to tell, but it very well could be. I mean, he does look like a very good running quarterback.
He does remind me a lot of Vic in his heyday when he was actually a good quarterback.
But you know who else was supposed to be like that? Terrell Pryor, and look where he's at right now.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I mean. Like it's too early yet. By week 10, we'll know a lot more. And I'm saying this right now. Hey, you down with RG3? Yeah, you know me!
I might get a lot of beef for this.
Go ahead.
And I think I'm going to.
Go ahead.
But because of his consistency, and because, honestly, he's been winning more games, I'm going to go on record here and say that so far, through week 4, RG3 is having a better rookie year than Cam Newton did his rookie year.
Absolutely not.
I think
Absolutely not. I disagree.
What was through week 4? What was Cam Newton's rating? Well, not rating.
I don't know what his rating was, but he had a lot more passing yards.
I'm not talking about passing yards because honestly,
and he had the same amount of wins. So how
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Cam Newton. Yes.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Okay, well,
we'll look it up and then we'll get back to you next week. I know I'm right.
Here's what we're saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
I'm saying at the end of the season, at the end of Cam Newton's rookie season,
right?
Were they in the playoffs?
No.
Were they
in the wild card game? In the playoffs? Though?
I think the Redskins can make the wild card game.
Are you serious?
I think the Redskins can make the wild card game.
He's on record right here. What is it? October 2nd?
I think if they continue with the consistency, if they trust in RG3, and if their defense steps up, they can make it. Wild card. Playoffs? Wow. No. Will they get past the wild card game? Probably not.
Wow.
But if anything, they will, and I think they'll have a winning record at the end
You
of the
think
season.
he's better than Cam? Oh, Cam!
I don't think he's better than Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton is more clutch. I think Cam Newton... I think Cam Newton puts up better numbers, like you said.
Okay.
I think he's more consistent, and I'm a big believer that it's consistency that wins games.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because Cam Newton would have a great game, throw 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, run for 2, and then the next game have 150 yards, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
One
Up and
thing
down.
we want to get to now. How about the Eagles? 3-1. First place.
3-1. First place.
This is, I mean, obviously we're an Eagles show. Do you see this lasting? I mean, we're 3-1, so does this mean we're going to go 12-4? Or is there going to be some inconsistency?
Now here's another thing. I want to clear up something right now. All you people, all you Vic haters with the whole bring in Foles, bring in Foles, bring in Foles. Let me ask you this, because you guys were saying this since week 1. Would Foles have got you to 3-1? I don't think so. Foles is a college quarterback. Honestly, I don't know a whole lot of people who have heard great things from him in college before he got to the NFL. I mean, he's no RG3. He's no. I mean,
you down with RG3? Yeah, you know me.
He's no Cam Newton. He's not. I don't think he could have got you this far. And I'm not saying that Vic is franchise. I'm not saying that he's somebody that you need to rely on for the coming years. I definitely think that with time in the NFL, Foles can prove to be a very good quarterback for your club.
Yeah.
He's shown that in preseason, that he works very well with the team. So I'm not dissing Foles by any means. I'm going to go on record right now. I'm not dissing Foles. I like Foles. I think he's a good quarterback. But I don't think he's good enough to get you wins. And I don't think he's good enough to get you to the playoffs. Not yet. He needs to come up. You need to give him a year or two under the belt of someone who has more experience.
Now, let me say my positives and my negatives about the game. My negatives. A year and now 4 weeks. I have seen nothing from number 24. Nnamdi Asomugha, you just...
Honestly, I forgot he was on the team.
Why are you looking for safety help every single game? Man up, take the coverage. I don't get it, man. Every single game, this guy is... Dude, and he comes over to safeties like it's their fault. No, Nnamdi, it's man coverage. Cover him. Like, I'm so sick of this guy. Honestly.
You didn't see him complaining when he was at the Raiders.
He's very overrated.
And you want to know why I think he didn't complain when he was at the Raiders? Because now on the Eagles, he's playing better teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's playing better teams.
They played the Chiefs and the Broncos when the Broncos stunk. And the Chargers weren't exactly good at that point. So
he's playing better teams. He's playing faster wide receivers. And I'm
done. Honestly, I'd bench him this week. I really would. I'm done.
Here's the thing. I don't think Asomugha's a bad player. I just don't think he meshes well with the Eagles.
No, he doesn't at all.
He's not an Eagle. Excuse me. He's not an Eagle. Would he do well on another team? Possibly. But I don't think he's going to do well on the Eagles.
It's time for Marsh to come in. Honestly, that's my opinion. I don't think Asomugha's good in this Eagle system.
I don't think it'll hurt.
I think we got rid of the wrong cornerback, to be honest with you.
Yeah?
Asante Samuel, look at how he's... And now Asante Samuel's tackling on the Falcons, which he could not tackle to save his life when he was on the Eagles. But we probably did get rid of the wrong cornerback.
Yeah, and Cobb's undefeated. Cobb's undefeated. So you guys get rid of players and they become good.
I know. It's silly. I mean, I guess.
You're gonna what? Let's see what happens. You trade Asomugha to what? The Bills or something, and all of a sudden
he'll be great.
All of a sudden he'll be defensive player of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. But positives of the game, Andy. Do you see what happens when you run the ball? McCoy, 15 carries, 123 yards.
And here's what I don't understand. You have probably one of the best running backs in the league today on your team. You have a guy who can juke. You have a guy who can power through players. You have a guy who sees the holes and takes advantages of them. Not only does he see holes, but he sees blockers.
Yep.
If you ever see him run, especially if he breaks away, he will look for a wide receiver, run towards that wide receiver, run behind him until he gets the opportunity to pass both him and the defender. He waits for his blocks and takes advantage of them.
Yep.
He is a good, well-rounded running back. He's got great ankles. They don't break. He needs to be utilized so much more.
Now, and then we're going to have a break then, but how do you feel about the icing the kicker thing? I've never liked it, to be honest with you. I've never liked that call. I've always thought it was a stupid thing to do, and half the time it works in the other teams because they get 2 shots. And if you saw the game, and I know a lot of you did, he missed the 54-yard field goal, but Andy Reid called the timeout. So everyone's like, I'm going to kill Andy Reid. And I was at that point, too. I was right there with the television
Honestly,
set.
let me tell you something. When it comes to icing the kicker, about
From 54 yards, though?
About 85% of the time, they usually get the result you wanted on the first kick, and then you end up screwing yourself when they come back because you called the timeout. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a coach where the opposing team was kicking a field goal, end of the game. If they make the field goal, the opposing team wins. If they miss a field goal, the coach wins. And the kicker will miss the field goal, but the coach will call timeout to ice him, and then he makes it the second time.
I don't agree with it.
Because you give what you actually, when you're not icing the kicker, what you're actually doing, especially when you call the timeout that late, what you're actually doing is giving the kicker knowledge of how the wind is and how the ball is going to go. So if he kicks the ball and he sees it hooks more left than he wanted it to hook, that second time when he comes out, he can adjust to it.
I don't agree with it at all. And the second kick you saw it was literally 1 to 2 yards short. That's it. So Andy Reid got extremely lucky there. You could say it's luck, you could say it's skill. Eagles are 3-1 in first place, and that's the end of it. We'll be right back on Sports Talk.